So this is why engagement drops after December and why that's actually not a problem. So let's talk about this because this makes everyone panic right after the holiday season. The engagement just died after December. Now what? I get why this feels scary. December posts were popping, stories were getting replies, everything felt loud and alive because of the holiday season. Then January hits and it feels like you're posting into a void. But here's what nobody really tells you, but I'm gonna tell you anyway. Your audience did not disappear. They're still there. They just need a few reasons to actually care about your business. December runs on hype, but January runs on relevance. Once you understand that shift, engagement stops feeling random and starts to feel a lot more controllable. Stay with me because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to keep people interacting, responding, and moving towards your offers, even after all of the holiday buzz is gone. So, what actually happens after the holidays in the marketing world? Here's the post-holiday reality that messes with people's heads. In December, attention is emotional. People are scrolling while shopping, traveling, procrastinating, avoiding family dinners, all of that. In January, they're back at work. They're back in their routines. They're back to being selective with their attention. So when engagement drops, it feels really personal. In all reality, it's not. So this is why comparing January engagement with December will always make you spiral and overthink what's going on. January should be compared to January, not to December. Once you accept that the season's changed, you stop panicking and you can start adjusting and making your business match with the year. Why does your content need a new angle and not more effort this month? This is where most people end up messing up. They keep posting December energy in January. They're speaking in holiday language, they're using sale urgency, they're being big, loud, promotional, and your audience, they're not in that headspace anymore. That content is not gonna work with them. January is about resetting, having clarity, and having momentum. You can talk about the same topics, the same expertise, but use different framing. So instead of asking people to buy, invite them to think about your content. Instead of building hype, give them a direction to follow. And when your content feels like it understands where someone is right now, engagement's gonna come back quietly, but it's gonna be a lot more consistent. So here's how to make engagement feel easy again after the holidays. So after the holidays, people are mentally tired. They do not wanna have to analyze things. They don't wanna have to write essays in the comments. They don't want to work for the interaction. So you need to stop asking all of these heavy questions and start opening really small, easy to manage conversations. The easier the interaction is, the higher the response that you will get. And it's as simple as that. January engagement isn't about depth at first, it's about building momentum for the rest of the year. Once people start interacting again, then you can deepen the conversation. Here's how to use resolutions without sounding like everyone else. Yes, it's January. Yes, people are thinking about goals and setting New Year's resolutions, but no one wants the generic New Year, New You advice. They want progress that feels realistic and attainable to them. You're not supposed to be motivating them. You're supposed to be guiding them. You're showing them, here's actually what works, and here's how to start doing it. That's when resolution season attention actually turns into trust. All right, and then here's why engagement dies without continuality, and here's how to fix it. So, the main reason engagement drops after December is really simple. There's nothing pulling people forward. Every post stands alone. Instead, January needs a rhythm, okay? So, when people know that there's a continuation, a theme, a focus, a direction, a storyline, they're going to pay more attention. They're gonna come back. Not because every post that you're doing is viral, but it makes the account feel intentional and connected and moving forward in a way that they want. And this is why consistency matters a lot more than creativity right now. January, it's not the month of chasing viral ideas. It's the month to show up predictably to your audience. People are not engaging because something is perfect. They engage because what you see is feeling familiar to them. And when they see you regularly on stories, posts, replies, that's when engagement's going to compound instead of just spiking once on one post. So stop waiting for engagement and go start it. If you're waiting for people to reply to, you're already late. January is when conversations are needing to be initiated. When people actually feel noticed, that's when they're going to re-engage with your account. And once the engagement becomes relational instead of transactional, that's when it's going to stick. Let's break down how to read engagement instead of all the guesswork that comes with it. So post-holiday engagement is feedback, not failure. Every reply, every save, every question, they are important. When you start responding to what people are actually reacting to, content stops feeling like this shot in the dark. You're not forcing engagement anymore. You're following the signals of what your clients actually like to see. So the real reason engagement drops and how to fix it this season is because post-holiday engagement, your content hasn't died out. It just has to change. December runs on hype. January runs on relevance, clarity, and connection. So when you adjust your messaging, simplify interaction, and create this continuity and actually engage back with people, they're going to respond. Probably not all at once, but it's going to be a steady growth throughout the month. If you want the entire post-holiday engagement system built up for you, the hooks, the prompts, the stories, the interaction and flow, that's what we do for our clients, so their slow season becomes the most strategic ones. Because engagement is not about being lucky, it's about building up this engagement. So as always, if you have questions about how to implement this into your business or any other type of marketing question, drop them below, like, follow, comment, save, do all of the lovely different things. We post at least once a week to go over in detail each of the questions that we get asked and an action plan to move forward so your marketing works for you and not against you throughout 2026. And that way you can focus on running your business instead of trying to be this full-time content creator. So until the next video, bye for now.